See what the temperature is. Have a look. Oh, it's a nice 33 degrees sitting in the car, and it's getting well, I don't want blue. Pretty warm. But I'll tell you what, I was having a bit of a think about coils in general, and I'm talking about even some of the later edition coils we have, and the overall structure or geometry of the coils that we currently use is basically not very efficient. It's not very efficient at all. And I think that I've come up with a few ways of making better coils and getting more depth. And this also would apply to the bipolar pulse type detectors and the unipulse type detectors. So yeah, if I get back and it's a little bit cooler, I'll be doing some experiments. So yeah, they're sitting at the front of the school. Yeah, waiting for one of the kids to get out. So I thought I'd just make a video whilst I'm sitting here cooking in the car. It's very interesting. Sitting here, believe me. It's basically pickup time, and yeah, there's some interesting people walk by. I'm not going to put them on video, but there is some interesting people. I'll leave it at that. Makes me laugh, some of it, but anyway. Yeah, so anyway, about the coils. You ever think about the way they're made? Mono coils are probably the overall most efficient coil that you can get. The double Ds are not very efficient at all, and a double D is woefully inefficient. So we've got to look at all this and change the overall geometry of these coils to make them work better. There's also other things we can do in the detectors to set them up for operation on different structure of coils. And a lot of people haven't thought about this, or maybe they have and they thought it was too hard. But when you think of a coil, you've got to think of it as a two-way street, as in you want maximum transmit efficiency matched to maximum capture area without it being too great, as in to pick up interference that you can't deal with. So there's a sort of a trade-off there. As soon as you go to any sort of cancellation techniques, there is an issue. Whereas detectors like the GPZ 7000 basically tries to overcome that with its, how would you say, phase changing transmit in relation to what coil's going to pick up that particular phase. But it's not very efficient either when you think about it. Do both receive coils work at the same time, or do they not? That's what you got to ask yourself. Does it or does it not? So there is geometry changes even in that type of coil that can be done to make it far more efficient. And when I'm saying more efficient, I'm not saying it'll pick up smaller gold, it'll go deeper. You'll get a lot more depth out of it. So we need to look at taking advantage of the capabilities in that detector. And also, even in the older detectors too, we can take advantage of what they do with a change of coil design. Just basically moving away from some of the exotic types of coils that don't work very well. Well, they do work, I did say don't work very well because they can be improved. There goes the school bell. So yeah, sometimes I just sit here and or I'll do something and I'll just be bored and the brain goes click, 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 and I just start thinking about stuff, and I get onto a path of something, and yeah, why not talk about it? Because you can't just ignore it and not say anything, because what'll happen if I don't say anything about it? Well, what'll happen? I've got a stack of detectors back at the workshop to do. Got 7,000s and two 6,000s come in, plus there's some 5,000s and a 45. David's just gone off to the post office because I saw him posting stuff. I saw the payment go through, so he'll be picking stuff up as well. So if I don't make mention of it, I won't remind myself, and I won't get onto the subject again. So that'd be a big shame, wouldn't it? So I want to keep it fresh. So guys, if I forget about it, just poke me occasionally and say, hey, have you done anything about those new coil designs you were thinking of? And for sure, I know that because I got an RF background, I used to design antenna systems. I know damn well how to make these coils work better. You got to put the same philosophy of radio design towards the antennas, even though they don't look the same. They're not normally a coil of wire. They're more like structured dipoles or something of that nature. But we can greatly improve what we've got. I mean, something you could probably look at similar is you could probably look at a helix antenna or something like that, which sends out a rotational, or basically a rotating polarization waveform. The only thing is that the signal coming back, it has to be flip phased to do the same. So you could think of stuff like that and apply it to our basic electromagnetics in coils. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You could do a couple of phase changes with coils. Yeah, I'm thinking further ahead now, and I'm just getting onto other stuff I think I could try out. So anyway, I'm going to be kiddified in a minute, so I'm not going to keep this going, and it'll get very, very noisy. And yeah, they're all out walking around. I'm holding the phone up. They probably think I'm filming them or something. I'll probably get a tap on the window. Oh dear me. But it's an interesting subject because we sort of haven't really moved much in the way of technology with detectors. I think 7,000 is probably the biggest change. PI basically is much of a muchness still. Just different a different way of doing the same thing in a lot of the newer detectors. But yeah, coils. Yeah, I think a lot can be done. I think it's very, very much overlooked, and we need to really have a good, hard look at it. So I'll call it a day there, and yeah, here he comes. He's going to go and jump in and make a lot of noise. So yeah, I don't even know how to turn this off. Oh no, I'll do it up here. I couldn't see where you'd turn this off. Okay, catch us.